In this video, we'll be taking a look at two WNBA games happening on September 26, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two WNBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Las Vegas Aces vs. Indiana Fever. The Las Vegas Aces and the Indiana Fever meet Friday in WNBA semi-final playoff action from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Las Vegas Aces did exactly what they needed to do in Game 2, and the result felt like the kind of game you'd expect in this matchup. The defending champs flexing their depth and talent against a banged-up Indiana Fever squad that simply hasn't been able to stay healthy at the most important time of the year. That's been the theme all series. The Fever have the talent to compete when they're right, but when key players aren't 100%, it's tough to take them seriously against elite competition like the Aces. Still, there are reasons to believe Indiana can make this next game a fight, and it starts with how they've performed as underdogs this season. The Fever have covered in 10 of their last 15 games when catching points, and in 9 of those instances they went beyond just covering and won outright. That kind of track record can't be ignored, especially when they're back at home with everything on the line. Indiana's performance at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in particular makes this spot intriguing. They've been one of the best bets in the league as home dogs, cashing in 8 of their last 10 with 1 push mixed in. This team has shown plenty of fight in front of its own fans, and some of their most convincing wins have come in that setting. Down the stretch of the regular season, they knocked off playoff-bound Minnesota, and in the first round they demolished Atlanta by 17 points in a game that showed just how dangerous they can be when shots are falling. The Fever feed off that crowd, and the atmosphere in Indianapolis is going to be hostile, energized, and desperate, exactly the kind of environment that can rattle even the most polished opponent. If Indiana wants any chance to extend this series, or even pull off the unthinkable, it has to happen here. Nobody in that locker room wants to let this go back to Las Vegas for a Game 5, because that would likely spell the end of their season. The Fever know this is the swing game, and they'll throw everything they have at the Aces to avoid elimination. The players will be more comfortable on their home floor, the crowd will be behind them from the opening tip, and the urgency will be higher than ever. Even if Las Vegas finds a way to close this out eventually, Indiana has the profile and the intangibles to keep this one close. As our first pick for this matchup, the Indiana Fever to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Las Vegas is coming off a 90-68 win in Game 2, where their defense dictated the tempo, holding Indiana to just 68 points and forcing tough shots all night. The Aces are averaging 84 points per game this season, but they've been just as effective limiting opponents, holding teams near 80 points on average. When they lock in defensively, they can throttle the Fever's offense, especially with Indiana dealing with health issues and inconsistency in shot creation. The Fever have been one of the league's better scoring teams this year at 85 points per game, but in this matchup, their offensive flow has been disrupted. Las Vegas' length on the perimeter and ability to protect the paint forces Indiana into lower efficiency looks. The pace in the postseason also slows down compared to the regular season, and possessions get tighter with both teams looking to control mistakes. That naturally leans toward a game where scoring chances are harder to come by. With both defenses having already shown the ability to clamp down in this series, this projects as another matchup where the scoring dries up before either side can push it past the total. As our pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Phoenix Mercury vs. Minnesota Lynx. The Minnesota Lynx and Phoenix Mercury meet Friday in WNBA second-round Game 3 at the PHX Arena. The Minnesota Lynx look to take a 2-1 series lead with their second road playoff win. The Minnesota Lynx have won 16 of their last 21 games. The Phoenix Mercury look for their second home playoff win to take a 2-1 series lead. The Mercury have won 13 of their last 22 games. The Minnesota Lynx have been the standard in the WNBA this season, and they've earned their their status as the team to beat. Oddsmakers will continue to line them as favorites as long as they're alive, and with the depth, balance, and consistency they've shown all year, it makes sense. Still, that doesn't mean the Phoenix Mercury should be overlooked in this matchup. In fact, there's a very real argument that the Mercury should be leading this series right now. Game 1 was theirs to take before they completely unraveled in the fourth quarter, letting a comfortable lead slip away. Had they closed that game, we'd be looking at a completely different narrative, with Phoenix on the verge of a shocking series win. That collapse shouldn't overshadow how well the Mercury have competed, as they've outplayed the Lynx for long stretches in both contests so far. Phoenix's talent is undeniable, and this roster has the pieces to go all the way if things break right. Their confidence has been on display too. In Game 2, the Mercury didn't just compete physically, they brought an edge. Alyssa Thomas and Satu Sabally were both fired up, jawing at Minnesota players and showing they're not intimidated in the least by the league's top seed. That swagger matters in the postseason. It's not just about X's and O's, it's about believing you belong on the same floor as the team everyone else is chasing. Phoenix has sent that message loud and clear. They're not backing down, and they're not happy just to be here. The Lynx also aren't invincible, especially on the road. While they were dominant at home, their performances away from Minneapolis told a different story, with more vulnerability and tighter games. That's the opening Phoenix needs to seize. The Mercury don't have to be perfect, they just have to keep doing what they've already done for most of the series. Make Minnesota uncomfortable, push the pace when they can, and lean on their own star power to create scoring opportunities. The narrative so far suggests this is a toss-up series more than one dominated by a clear favorite. Home court has played a major role too. Prior to Phoenix's outright win on Tuesday, the home team had covered in all 5 previous meetings this season. That trend reinforces how much of an impact the crowd and familiar setting can have, and now Phoenix has another chance to capitalize in front of their fans. The energy in their building will be electric, and that gives the Mercury even more of an edge. With all of this in mind, taking the points feels like the most logical play. The Lynx may still end up advancing, but Phoenix has proven they're capable of standing toe-to-toe with them. In a series this competitive where momentum swings matter, the underdog role is too valuable to pass up. As our first pick for this matchup, the Phoenix Mercury to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In Game 1, these teams combined for just 151 points, which was comfortably below the line. Game 2 finished 89-83, but it took overtime to get there. Without the extra period, that one would have ended at 152 points, again under the posted total. That's a strong indicator that these squads tend to trend lower when they meet. Minnesota has leaned on its defense all season, ranking first in the league with a defensive rating of 98.6. They've been excellent at limiting second-chance looks and forcing opponents into low-percentage shots. Phoenix isn't far behind, holding a defensive rating of 101.1, which puts them among the league's top units. Both sides know the stakes of this game, and playoff basketball almost always leads to slower tempo and tighter rotations. Looking at the season-long numbers, Lynx games have finished over this line in 29 of 48 tries, while Mercury games have gone over in 27 of 49. That's a near 50-50 split, but what stands out is Phoenix's consistency on the under. They finished the regular season 27-19-2 when lined at 158.5. Add in the fact that Game 2's total only cleared because of overtime, and the under feels like the sharper side. These are two strong defensive teams, and their first 2 games in this series have already shown a clear pattern. Unless this one finds overtime again, I don't expect either side to push the pace enough to threaten the total. As our pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.